You're watching WRBL-TV in Columbus.
From Hollywood, it's America's Top 10 with Casey Kasem, the only weekly countdown of the top hits on Billboard's pop chart. You'll see the hottest videos in the land, along with extra reviews of the tops of the soul, country, and album charts. Plus, special inside looks at the world of popular music. And now, our review of the most popular songs in the USA for the week ending October 13th, 1985.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome to America's Top 10. Last week, Dire Straits dug in at number 1 with Money for Nothing for a third week. Can they make it 4 weeks in a row? Let's find out. After climbing as high as number 5 last week, Madonna tumbles to number 10 with the 4th consecutive top 5 hit from her super smash album, Like a Virgin. Here's the lady from Bay City, Michigan, Madonna, with Dress You Up. Madonna falls 5 notches this week to number 10 with her 7th top 10 hit, Dress You Up. Now, debuting at number 9 is the theme song from one of the hottest shows on TV today. It's a high-tension detective show, which has really set a style with its music video-like editing and its hot fashions. Fashions worn by Miami detectives Sonny Crockett and Ricardo Tubbs on the TV show Miami Vice. Coming in at number 9 this week is Jan Hammer with the theme music from Miami Vice. After 3 weeks at number 2, patiently waiting for the door to open to number 1, the 10th top 10 pop hit for the band from Jersey City, New Jersey, drops to number 8. Here's Kool and the gang with the latest hit in their long 16-year chart career, Cherish. That's lead vocalist James J.T. Taylor, along with band leader Robert Kool Bell and the rest of the gang, at number 8 with Cherish, as our countdown continues on the way to the number 1 song in the USA this week.
There she goes, she's got the wind in her hair, she's got a red-hot alliance, and Flex put her there. Your body moving, Flex a shining body to go, just like wind, a racing Renault.
The Flex bodybuilding system, shampoo, conditioner, and mousse brings you the Flex Renault Wind in Your Hair sweepstakes. Pick up your entry blank wherever Flex is sold, and you could win one of 50 new Renault Alliance convertibles.
Come on, get Flex, and you could be there.
Chocolate is scrumptious when it crunches. That's why I love Nestle Crunch.
Milk chocolate, that's creamy, blending crispy, ooh, so dreamy. Gotta have it, it's so scrumptious. Love that chocolate when it crunches. Crunches, woo!
Chocolate is scrumptious when it crunches. That's why I love Nestle Crunch.
Venus de Milo, Skin-Tome-Cream for that classic, timeless image of beauty. Venus de Milo smooths uneven tones and helps prevent recurring dark spots. Its special blends of moisturizers and emollients keep your skin brighter, clearer, younger looking, and silky soft. Venus de Milo Skin-Tome-Cream for that classic, timeless image of beauty.
She's good with animals. She's great with kids.
I can't breathe.
And she's sensational with the boss. But she's at her very best when she's in the kitchen.
Another helping of jackass cheese?
And she's the greatest little household helper since the vacuum. She's Nell Carter. Catch her out on Gimme A Break.
Weeknights at 7 o'clock here on WRBL-TV 3.
The good thing about John Cougar, I think, is that whatever popularity I have is in spite of all trends, all fashion, all hula hoops. I don't want to be a hula hoop. You know, I'm not into haircuts. I'm not going to get my hair cut a certain way to fit the style of the day. I mean, imagine those poor people with all those disco clothes, you know. I still got on the same pair of jeans I had on then, you know. I mean, I'm the same. I'm a simple guy. I write songs for simple people.
Now, climbing 2 notches to number 7 are a pair of superstars who've hit the pop chart a combined total of 73 times. And 29 of those times, they've made it all the way to the top 10. With their first top 10 hit together, here are 2 of the thinnest heavyweights in the music business today. Mick Jagger and David Bowie with their remake of Dancing in the Street.
Calling out,
That's the man from Dartford, England, and the man from Brixton, Mick Jagger and David Bowie, at number 7 with Dancing in the Street. Now, before we get to the 6th biggest hit in the land, let's take a look at the biggest selling LPs on the Billboard album chart. Up 2 notches to number 8 is the band from Seattle, led by those hard-rockin' Wilson sisters, the band called Heart, with their album also called Heart. Holding at number 2 is an album named after a dream that Sting of the Police had one night. That sleepy vision was the inspiration for his album, The Dream of the Blue Turtles. And at number 1, for a 7th consecutive week, as long as any album has stayed at number 1 this year, is the blockbuster LP by Dire Straits. The number 1 album again this week is Brothers in Arms. Now, the album at number 6 on the LP chart is Scarecrow by John Cougar Mellencamp. And the song at number 6 on the pop chart is from that album. Here is John Cougar Mellencamp with Lonely Old Night. Up 2 notches to number 6. That's John Cougar Mellencamp with Lonely Old Night. Now, the song that makes the biggest move within the top 10 this week jumps a fast 5 notches to number 5. It's the first single to come from Stevie Wonder's hot new album, In Square Circle. Stevie's 26th top 10 hit, Part-Time Lover. And our countdown of the biggest hits in the USA continues.
We're rocking and the good times just begun. And M&M's chocolate candy's a part of the fun. When you're strutting your stuff, anytime, anywhere. And just when the place feels kind of right, out come your friends to light up the night. All the world loves M&M's, 'cause the milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
Your hair. You need an Ace comb.
Watch how a genuine Ace hard rubber comb with rounded teeth glides smoothly and gently, while a plastic comb grabs and snags.
Your hair looks terrific.
No comb cares like an Ace.
Jog better wearing your wife's fabric softener?
Uh-oh.
Still using that white sheet. Cling Free's better. Your sheet's thin. Cling Free's thicker. Does more. No sheet softens better. Only Cling Free stops static and has deodorant. It's the do-it-all softener.
Africa, millions of years ago, the birthplace of all mankind. But today, in that ancient cradle of life, children are starving to death. A terrible famine caused by drought and worsened by war has left more than 35 million people desperately hungry. We can help through CARE. CARE is bringing food and other critical supplies directly to the people who need them so badly. You may have heard about the African crisis already. You may have even contributed to the relief effort. If so, thank you. But please remember, the African people will need emergency food shipments for many months before they can get past the most severe point of danger. Please send your contribution now to CARE, Campaign for Africa, or call 1-800-457-0400. That's toll free, 1-800-457-0400.
I like to dress creatively. I got up and I looked in my closet and saw what I had and kind of threw it all together. Took a couple of pieces of jewelry, and if it doesn't really match in the conservative sense, but in a very strange way it matches, then I know it's the right thing to wear.
On that note, we're up to the first fashion model and magazine cover girl in history to hit the top 10. She's a woman who became a top fashion model in her late teens, appearing on the covers of such magazines as Glamour and 17. That exposure led to roles on TV shows like Gimme A Break and As the World Turns. And being a model hasn't hurt her recording career either, though having a great voice and terrific style has helped even more. Here is fashion model Whitney Houston at number 4 with Saving All My Love for You. Climbing from number 6 to number 4, that's Whitney Houston with her second top 10 hit, Saving All My Love for You. Up a notch to number 3 is the trio from Oslo, Norway, who call themselves Aha. A trio consisting of vocalist Morten Harket, guitar player Paul Wakhtar, and keyboard player who goes by the name of Mags. Here's Aha with their first American hit, Take On Me. That's the band from the land of the fjords, the Norwegian group called Aha, at number 3 with Take On Me. Well, After 3 weeks at #1, the band from the land of tea and crumpets slips to #2. From England, here's Dire Straits with their first #1 of their 6-year chart career, Money for Nothing. That's Mark Knopfler on lead vocals and guitar on Dire Straits' big #1 smash that this week goes to #2, Money for Nothing. Up next, the new #1 song in the land. And we'll answer our trivia question. It comes from a viewer in West Virginia who wants to know how many top 10 pop hits have inspired movies. Well, that's happened many times, including 2 hit movies starring Kenny Rogers. Details coming up.
I'm her big sister.
I'm her little sister.
I use Tampax tampons. Clean, comfortable protection you just can't get with a pad.
Aren't tampons hard to use?
Not really. Tampax has a new soft plastic applicator just for you. Pedal Soft. Pedal Soft's tapered, pinky slim, so it's even easier to use.
Bye-bye, pads.
New Pedal Soft Tampax tampons. So easy to use, it'll get you off pads forever.
Big sisters always make things easier.
Last spring, 3 generations of Carlsons gathered for a family reunion. Of those present, 3 had suffered from heart defects that just a few years ago could have been fatal. But thanks to research like that sponsored by the American Heart Association, today there are more Carlsons to keep up with. The American Heart Association. We're fighting for your life.
I hope they never stop fighting.
Me too, Grandma.
On November 3rd, the first annual Columbus Steeplechase at Callaway Gardens premieres, undeniably qualified as the finest example of horsemanship and physical endeavor on the United States steeplechase circuit. But the sporting flavor isn't restricted to point-to-point racing. There are tent parties, tailgaters, and of course, picnics in the pasture. And what better place to conduct one of the richest steeplechase events in the country than at Callaway Gardens during the popular annual Chrysanthemum Festival. But you don't have to be a race enthusiast to be a part of the Columbus Steeplechase. It's a grand family outing. Join us race day at Callaway Gardens, November 3rd. For more information, call 404-324-6252 or write Columbus Steeplechase, P.O. Box 2311, Columbus, Georgia 31902. All proceeds to benefit the arts.
Now, before we get to the #1 song in the land, let's count down the top 10 movies in America over the past couple of weeks. At #10, Kiss of the Spider Woman. 9, Compromising Positions. 8, Cocoon. 7, Creator. New this week at #6 is Maxie. 5, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. 4, Teen Wolf. 3, Back to the Future. 2, Agnes of God. And at #1, in its first week out, the new Chuck Norris epic called Invasion USA. Now, the #1 song in the land this week. It's the first #1 for a 6-man band from Flint, Michigan. In fact, it's the band's first single. The members of this group all went to high school together in Flint, and soon after they graduated, they came up with a demo tape which impressed a local DJ named Mojo Johnson. Mojo introduced the band to the right people. And when the dust had settled, Ready for the World was at #1, both on the soul chart and now on the pop chart. Here is Ready for the World, living up to their name with the #1 song in the land, Oh Sheila. That's the new #1 song in America this week. The debut single by the band called Ready for the World, Oh Sheila. Now, let's answer our trivia question. Roberta Stotler of Berkeley Springs, West Virginia, who watches the show on Channel 20 in Washington, D.C., wants to know how many top 10 pop hits have inspired movies. Well, that's happened many times, Roberta, from the Beatles' Yellow Submarine to Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun, from Vicki Lawrence's The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia to a movie based on the entire album by The Who called Tommy. And 2 of the movies based on songs have starred the man who sang those songs. The songs and movies called The Gambler and Coward of the County, both starring Kenny Rogers. There's your answer. Thanks for writing in.
And because America's Top 10 used Roberta's question, she'll receive Kenwood presents personal portable audio, AM/FM stereo radio cassette recorder and stereo cassette player. Kenwood, move with your music. And Gitano Sportswear, fashion that fits. Your style will never be the same. Now at a department store near you. And Streaks and Tips Color Glow. Spray on, shampoo out hair color. Streaks and Tips, when exposed to light, will glow in the dark.
Now, let's take a look at 3 of the songs that are among the biggest movers on the Billboard Hot 100 this week. The hits Billboard says are the hottest new songs in the land. And that wraps up our show for this week. Now join me again next week to find out what's happening in the world of popular music as we count down the 10 biggest hits in the USA. Till then, keep your feet in the ground and keep reaching for the stars.